So you do your physical exams and the medical exam, and then unabukiwa embassy. Ukienda embassy, tulisema it's not guaranteed. As much as they booked you, it's not guaranteed you're going to get the visa. You have to do your research also. All these questions and answers are actually on Google, 100% on Google. So hizo maswali zote ulikuwa nenda tu kwa Google unaangalia what questions are asked and how to answer them, and you're good. You just need to be confident. If you're married, you need to carry your certificates. If you have kids, you have to carry the birth certificates. And if you have kids and you're a single mother, very important, you have to have a letter saying the father actually accepted for you to carry the kid. This is one country that does not allow child trafficking. So huwezi toka Kenya na mtoto wako kama hakuna document kuonyesha ati babake amekubali utoke. So kama baba yake hajakubali, hiyo lazima muende kwa lawyer mpate documents. Mr. Quiz, why not tell the negative side of America? My guy, we are not here for negativity. Take that somewhere else. Yeah. We are here to help each other with important things. I've been here for 2 years na sijakufa. Sijakuwa stressed. Hata sijui neighbor wanajua jina neighbor wangu, but sijakosana there's nothing negative unless you look for it in life, really. And there's a lot of negativity in Kenya that is everywhere in the world. So let's not pretend like at US peke yake iko na negative sides. Kila pahali iko.
Yeah.
And then you go for the interview. Ukimalizana nayo, you're booked. The agency will book you for the travel dates and everything. Mnakubaliana unataka kutravel lini, and then they will tell you when to quit your job, and then you now process, because of course hawataki ukosane na employer wako nyumbani. Watakupea time ya kuquit and finish up with your family and of course plan. Yeah. Mimi sikupewa hiyo time. Yangu ilikuwa ni during COVID ikaisha tu kidogo, and then I had to travel before the borders closed again. So mimi nilikuwa napigiwa simu on Monday na naambiwa you need to be out of Kenya by Friday. Actually ilikuwa Tuesday. Naambiwa you need to be out of Kenya by Friday. Jepelekwa mbio in my life kama hiyo siku. It was a tough one, but I managed. And then when you now travel to the US, you have options. Of course, unaulizwa what flights you want to use, where you're going. The most important thing, kuna mtu aliongelelea pesa. You need to save. Of course, when you come here to settle down, the agency can help you and give you money, like a loan, and then they take it from your salary. They will help you get accommodation. Kuna watu kwa ground watakusaidia kuhustle na kuzunguka. That's for already paid on. Because of course this other side is different. Kupata nyumba huku lazima uapply. Lazima ukwe na prove that you are employed and you can afford the rent. Rent si shilingi 2, my guys. Huku kwanza mimi naishi pali pabaya. Rent ni more than 150k. That's $1,500. Then so wanahitaji prove that you're actually employed. They need you to have your green card documents. As you come into the country, they fill the correct documents, and the resident permit, or it's like the resident permits, the documents for you to be able to settle down in the US. They give you the papers, and the number that you need. The SSN number is like the personalized number. Is like an ID number for you to be able to be employed and be paid in this country. Now, if you come as a visitor, if you come as a student, now that is what you don't have. So wezi lipo vizuri if you come through other processes and not get that SSN number. Now, hapo inakuwaga the only difference if you want to work chini ya maji kama umekuja kama visitor. We'll talk about that later. Social security number, yes. Then from there, so imagine if you're married to a nurse, the only thing you need to do is come with her, and that's it. Of course, itabidi umetafuta pesa ya kusettle down because mtakuwa wengi at that point. Mtapata nyumba. The agency will give you an air mattress, blankets, and then you hustle and buy your own stuff. It's not that hard. Don't be the kind of person who want to get into a house and fill it up in a second. Ukekambaka TV, bedroom TV, kitanda expensive, sijui furniture expensive. Who told you utakuwa na visitors? So when you go to a place, anza tu kama venye uko Kenya. You know, when you get to when you finish school and you don't have money, unaanzaga kulala kwa ground. There's no difference between here and there. So unaweza amua uanze kulala kwa ground if you feel you have money to play with and you want to buy mattresses and beds. Okay, mattress ni mzuri, hiyo ni important, lazima utabuy. I'm talking about furniture, like expensive furniture, like maybe a dining set, expensive couch, like sofa, expensive TV. Whatever ukaya hapa 2 weeks you realize umebuy the worst design ya vitu. Sometimes you have to think about things. Me, beshtangu aliniuliza ati
kidogo nikukatize, lakini najua nitakuuliza about driving license, kitu kama hiyo, na ndege nani huwa analipa ya familia. Driving license na ndege ya siku ya kwenda kwa familia, kama hiyo.
Okay, so driving license unaambiwa uchukue DL Kenya because it's expensive to start doing driving in the US from scratch. So lazima uchukue hiyo DL before toke Kenya. Si lazima ufanye international driving license. Even the regular driving license, bora ni legit, you're good to go. In fact, hata wezi angalia, but to be safe, chukua a legit one. Then practice on driving is not that complicated to drive on the side. The only difference, ukifika huku unapewa time. You can drive with a Kenyan license for up to 6 months, or international license for 6 months. So you have time, and most of the time, so as you leave your country, the agency will pay for your flight for the person they are employing, but for your own family, itabidi umewalipia flights. Which agency? Grady Payton. I'm talking about nursing, by the way. Familia. Nurses only. Yeah. So familia yako ni wewe ndo unawalipia. That's where you need to save money. And then what else? Then pesa yako ya kusettle down, and that's
so free. Najua watu wengi wanataka kufanya vitu chap, lakini just know that hii ni kitu unaweza anza na, kama umequalify kwenda nursing school unaweza enda ujipe 3 years yako, alafu utafuta experience ya 1 year in a busy hospital kama Nairobi Hospital ama hizi county government hospitals kubwa kama kuna hizi hospitali kubwa najua watu wanajua. So si lazima uanzie huko juu sana, unaweza anzia chini kidogo, pole mpaka ufikie huko.
Yeah. Kuna mtu amesema I'm tired of being a slave as a nurse in Kenya. Yeah, I was also tired. Na before nitoke Kenya, by the way, niliquit bila mpango. Niliquit bila kujua nitafanya nini next if I don't get to travel in like 2 months. I was on for like 3 months because unfortunately nilikuwa na dreadlocks. Unfortunately niko na piercings, niko na earrings, and I still used to travel even with COVID. Immediately borders were open, I was in Ghana, and I think so many things didn't sit well with my former employers, or nurses to nurses. So nilifrustratiwa, and I had to literally call it quits. But I was comfortable because I was alone. I don't have kids. I don't have any responsibility except myself. I didn't even tell my parents I quit the job. Nilienda tu nikakaa na beshte yangu, nikaachana na job, nikachill, nikaenjoy kiasi, but God had me. The last day I was supposed to be working is luckily the day I actually got my interview date. So
Sialo, kuna mtu anauliza ama kuna age limit?
Hakuna age limit. Nurses can work up to 90 years in the US.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Before applying for grade, yes, you must have your IELTS, but approach them, apply to them first. They will tell you when to do the IELTS. So don't do the IELTS first. It's expensive and it expires.
Na mtu anauliza the process. Umesema ni around 2 years, right?
And around
like
2 years.
The whole process.
Yeah.
Frida, kuna watu wameuliza qualifications za kuingia nursing school Na before ujibu, acha niwaambie nursing school unaweza fanyia in government institutions, na kuna mission na kuna private.
Yes.
Lakini wanauliza qualifications lakini hata mimi siwezi kumbuka kwa akili yangu.
Is your transcript important? I think transcript is very important. How else will you prove that you went to school? It's extremely important, and that's why they tell you to go to your school and your former school to actually send the transcripts. So yes, it's important. You don't need to have them physically, but it's important for you to have your transcripts. So if you can, the way you have your certificates, keep your transcripts. Kuna swali mtu ameuliza na imenipita.
Ni qualification tu nimeona. Qualification. Anyway. Qualification ndio
qualification ya nursing school, as you said, nursing school kuna options mingi. Qualifications main ni kupata C+ and above, and then I think kuna English, lazima ukuwe umepita English na one of the sciences, which is mostly biology or chemistry. But no, biology is a must. I think ni chemistry ndio the other option. But most importantly, ukuwe umepita at least a science, which is biology, and an English exam and languages. But that's pretty much it. Kuna kitu mtu ameuliza. I'm getting flight of ideas, sijui kwa nini. Thank you guys for sharing the live. We really appreciate. I'm catching up. F1 visa chantajibu. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention. If you can, study the nursing in Kenya. It's extremely expensive to study nursing in the US. Because it's a well-paying job in this country. So it's extremely expensive to study nursing in this country. Yes. So like venye umesema tu unaweza enda KMTC ufanye, unaweza enda hizi hospitali za church. All those, Nairobi Hospital, Aga Khan, Mpisha, there's a lot of nursing schools in Kenya. Use them. Nairobi Hospital is actually expensive. It's like 900K by the time you're finishing. In the US, the list nimesikia ni about 4 point something kufanya nursing.
Million.
Yeah. It's expensive to study nursing. I know people. It is. I know people have come to the US to come and do other things like IT, medicine. Wakafika huku wakarealize ikitu ni tricky, wakarudi Kenya kufanya nursing. I know someone, even when I was living in Nairobi from the US, alikuja kufanya nursing huko. Ndo akimaliza arudi huko kufanya kazi. So calculate your moves right, and when I say don't want to apply for, don't come and study in the US as a nurse, it's a bit tricky, and you actually rarely ever get what do you call this? You rarely get student financial support. Sponsorship, you don't. It's hard to get sponsorship. Nutrition, unless you kuja na green card ama you marry a 4.5 ni parallel ama sijui hizo maswali ni tricky. Mimi sijui stories zingine ni tricky za education ni ngumu.
Sorry. Kuna kitu hatu kujibu watu about IELTS score. IELTS score ya nurse, ukiwa nurse. Najua IELTS imekwamisha watu wengi sana wenye wangetaka kuingia kwa hizo program za kwenda US.
Oh yeah, IELTS ni about ni 6.5.
Ni 6.5 lakini different band scores unaweza kumbuka. Mimi ni kama kidogo imeniponyoka.
Kenya nakumbuka very 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 well ni oral exam lazima upate 7.
Speaking, yeah?
Yeah, speaking exam part you have to get a 7. Hizo zingine ni 6.5.
0.5.
Yeah. Medical lab ni tricky. If you can Google MedPro International, MedPro, Evo to MedPro International. Please email them and ask them if they still employ lab techs. So walikuwa employ lab techs kitambo. They were employing lab techs kitambo.